In this video today, we're going to be looking at why isn't renewable energy used more often at a domestic level, and whether wind power is effective for domestic use. There are lots of good reasons to use renewables in your home. You will be making use of secure and local resources, helping to reduce production of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases, and also you'll be reducing your energy bills. In some cases, you can generate income by selling your surplus energy back to your energy provider.
The disadvantages of renewable energy at domestic level is that the products are still very new to the market, which means they're not very efficient yet. This means investors may shy away from buying these products as they may not get a great return on their investment. This then leads to the problem of manufacturers not placing these domestic renewable products as a high priority, and therefore they do not get the appropriate funding to create good quality products. Secondly, renewable energy can be very unreliable as they're totally dependent on the weather to be able to harness any source of energy. For example, solar panels need sun and wind turbines need wind. A shortage of these means very little energy will be produced. And therefore, attempts to make a home completely renewable at the moment seems inefficient as they may not work 100% of the time.
The good news is the wind turbines can convert the power of wind into electricity. Wind power produces no toxic pollution or global warming emissions in use. The bad news is that there is a huge amount of objections to the unsightly nature of wind turbines. Especially in areas of outstanding natural beauty, the government has tried to counter these objections by offering large subsidies to those who install wind turbines. This in turn enrages some taxpayers who are effectively being required to pay for machines to which they object strongly on environmental grounds.
One political view of wind turbines is that they're an eyesore and are actually harmful to the environment and wildlife. It is estimated that around 33,000 birds were killed in a wind turbine collision last year. However, opposing views say, compared to other power sources, the green credentials of wind are pretty convincing as it creates no waste, uses no water, and unlike solar panels, doesn't take up much room. Once a wind turbine is fully up and running, it only consumes wind and is therefore completely clean. The generation of electricity produces no carbon dioxide emissions or any other type of air pollution, unlike the combustion of fossil fuels, meaning they have nowhere near the environmental or political implications that coal mining or drilling for oil do.
A good example of using renewable energy at a domestic level is the development at North West Bicester. All of the houses will have solar panels on each rooftop. This development will be the UK's largest ever array of domestic solar panels, which will generate enough electricity to power 528 typical UK homes. It will also save the residents of North West Bicester 30% on their energy bills. Heating for these homes will come from a gas-fired and heat and power heating system, which will provide heat and hot water through a network of pipes. This method is much more efficient and sustainable than using a boiler in every home.
We as a group have been looking long and hard and have finally found the energy performance certificate for a house in Headington that is completely energy efficient. Unfortunately, we didn't have access to the renewable energy home. However, we found the certificate and it states their energy efficiency rating is at a record 83%, meaning it's very energy efficient and holds low running costs. It also can improve in the future. The environmental impact rating, which is the CO2 emissions, is also at a record 82%, meaning it is very environmentally friendly and carries lower CO2 emissions.
The evidence and conclusions we've made have shown that it is possible to use renewable energy at a domestic level and see the advantages of doing so. But due to renewable energy being such a new concept, people are cautious about investing as they know very little about the idea. With this said, renewable energy is slowly becoming more understood and accepted. An example of this can be seen with schemes such as the first ever eco-town opening up in Bicester.